Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Wingman Wisdom. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. You know, some of the most popular videos on my YouTube channel are when I do interviews with my friend Kevin Frazer from Cheyenne Camping Center. There is nobody in the RV industry that is any more honest, any smarter, or have any more experience than Kevin Frazer does. That's the truth. He is willing to talk about just about anything, no holds barred. The interviews I have with him, he doesn't feed me topics he wants me to talk about, and I don't feed him questions. We just talk. He is so incredibly smart. If you have a question about RVing, if you're wondering about warranties or service or whatever, you have questions about RVs, the RV industry, and you would like to get somebody that is honest, truly honest, get their take on whatever the subject is, post it in the comments below or contact me. And I promise I will put it on my to-do list. The reason I'm saying this is that's exactly what we're doing right now with Kevin. Kind of a lightning round of questions that you guys have asked. Okay, I want to ask you some questions or get your take on some comments. I'm just going to kind of blindside you here. These are some comments from people that watched our series. So do you mind? Can I?
No, this is like a round robin, a quick one.
Well, sort of. Dale said he has a question that he wanted me to ask Mr. Frazer. What sources does he use to value used RVs since J.D. Power is unreliable and too few RVs in retail condition aren't a reliable sample either? Yes, experience in the biz and a gut feel will get him part of the way there, but there must be an underpinning or starting point. What is it?
Oh, it's the results of our auctions for many years. If it like right now, I can't trust any auction value per se that's more than 2 years old because the market got real frothy. But I can still look at auctions that happened more than 2 years ago and judge what's happened since then. So it is all for me. It's always the auctions give me what a value I have.
Okay. Robert T says he wasn't very happy that we made that series into 4 parts. Just one big educational piece would have been best. Besides that, though, I'm wondering what the end of this will prove beyond just bitching about all of it. Are there things consumers can do to push back? Other alternatives or dealers that we should be using specifically to get around this? Do you offer solutions or just talk about the problem? Hopefully we can get that before this is over.
That was the solution. Be skeptical, study, use your instincts. You've got the 6th instinct. You know when you're being lied to. And for heaven's sakes, don't be in a hurry. If you missed that RV, there's another one.
Larry says, thank you so much for your sound advice. 2019, we were upside down on our 24-foot travel trailer. We looked at a 5th wheel at a huge dealer. They offered us a huge offer on our trade-in. We took the bait. We are now full-time and stuck with the 5th wheel that is falling apart, but we owe too much to ever get out from under it. We made every mistake that can be made. I am so grateful that others will be more informed and hopefully not fall into the trap that we did. Thank you for sharing. I'm telling you, Larry didn't think he was in a trap when it was closing on him. That's what I think.
That's why yeah, your previous said all we do is bitch. Yes, I bitch about MSRPs. They're being used to deceive people. And that's what happened. Oh, look at you're getting in trade for this 19 that you have more than you paid for it. That's not possible unless there's froth in there, unless there's pretend money in there.
But RVs have gone up, Kevin.
Yeah.
But they have. Some of them have gone up, well, they're not going up anymore, the used ones. But the used ones did go up in value, and they are still, many times, I think people are trying to sell them for more than they're worth, but as long as the new ones keep selling for a lot of money, so what? Let's just keep chasing.
J.D. Power cited examples in that October press release. One of them was like 39%.
Yeah.
During this big run, we've seen about a 15-20% sometimes up, and now it's drifting back down. So there was never that big spike like J.D. Power talks about. And when J.D. Power talks about 39%, they got stuff in their book that have gone up way more than that.
Okay. Barton says consumer NADA for RV values has always been worthless. Best bet is an appraisal from someone who can see actual cash sold auction and dealer NADA numbers. Oddly enough, when you use the real numbers with a dealer, they suddenly don't need or want your business. I guess dealers thrive on ignorance. People that just are so enthusiastic and they got good credit and come right on in, ma'am. Come in, sir.
Yeah, it is kind of like a routine. I don't have anything to add to that. That's absolutely true.
All right. Along the same lines, Dale says JD Power, NADA were and are a sham. Always have been. My background came from years in the automotive business and later as a loan officer, a career as a loan officer. NADA is the book dealers use to justify their high asking price to the buyer and then use to convince lenders to lend up to that printed value. This is exactly what you said. I mean, this is what we've been talking about.
And his experience as a loan officer has taught him the backside of that. Now, are we to condemn the banks for allowing this to happen? Bankers will tell you, and this former loan officer should say to you, we're not loaning on the collateral. We're loaning to a human being. We're loaning to that person because he says he'll pay it back. Ancillary to the legal idea that a thing is worth what somebody will pay for it. It falls back on your listeners. They have to decide whether it's worth before they go to a lender. Now, what you've revealed is that an awful lot of dealers will insert themselves and say, oh, no, it's worth this much. I'll convince the lender to loan you this much. And that's what's happening.
And it does happen a lot.
Every day.
Yeah. All right, last one. Don't know this guy's name. Says, we have been shopping for motorhomes. I know you don't sell motorhomes, but we've been shopping for motorhomes, the luxury line, for months. Been to 4 dealerships in Texas and a very blue state. We saw a used unit that only had a couple thousand miles on it and offered 40% off the price. And they came back and said, we can't take that offer. It's much less than what we can offer the owners because they owe so much more. So that's not my problem. They bought such an expensive coach and now basically want their money back. The coach is still listed and it has been nearly 3 weeks. Not only has the price not decreased, but it's increased by 75 grand. We sold our coach last year for a pretty good price, knowing this year we'd probably be buying again. So we are not new at all to the RV motorhome business, as I grew up with RVs and motorhomes. I am gobsmacked at how slimy this business really is. Wow, just wow. I mean, that's pretty indicative. I mean, I get those comments come in all the time.
His appraisal of the motorhome section of the business we left the big motorhome business in 2009 because we concluded we were disserving our customers. We concluded that every time we sold a motorhome, no matter how hard we tried to sell it as cheap as possible, that we were setting people up for financial harm. We decided it would be better to leave those tens of millions of dollars on the table than to suffer the reputational risk that would come in the future.
What do you mean the motorhomes you were doing a disservice, or what? I mean, what?
Motorhomes cost more than people even imagine to own, and motorhomes often are financed not even for 15 years, but for 20 years. And all of our motorhome competitors were pushing people into this kind of stuff. 20-year notes on a vehicle that was expensive to maintain, and if you had a $250,000 vehicle, the consumers really did expect Mercedes level quality, but you didn't have anything like that. They were, in a nutshell, we were ripping our customers off, even if we sold them cheaper than anybody else. So we decided not to do it.
So I have a question for you. Have you ever met anybody, heard anybody in the RV industry that comes across more honest, who's more experienced, more direct than Kevin Frazer? I haven't either. He truly is amazing. And what is so cool is there are no topics that are off limits. None. So just like we did in this video, we did a lightning round. If you have a question or a topic, you're pondering something, you're wondering, you're perplexed about something in the RV industry, and you love to hear his take, us visit about it, drop that in the comments below. Please do, or send me an email, or you can leave me a voicemail message 24/7. I promise I'll do my very best to put it on my production list of questions that I ask him the next time we sit down together. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and share it on social media, like in your Facebook groups with other RVers and your family and friends who enjoy RVing and camping. Our goal is to make you a happy camper, and happy campers are always smarter RVers. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.